Hey everybody, welcome back to the replay. I am DruStew. We are halfway through the game. Got the round winner and world champion Wesley Thorp up here. Who's this guy sitting next to you? Where'd we find this guy?
The legend.
The legend. Absolutely. This is a guy that I learned to rope horns from right here. Jake, thanks for coming up here, my friend.
It's an honor.
Man, it's fun. We had another legend out there. Judy Wagner's back there. That takes us back to the Gator Ropes days, doesn't it?
Yeah, the old Gator days.
Man, what do we have? The Jakester, wasn't that the rope we were using back then?
Yeah.
Man, good stuff. So, Wesley, how's it feeling so far? We're 5 rounds deep. What's going on with you guys? I mean, it's got to feel pretty good, or where are we at?
Yeah, I mean, we started off really good, won the first 2 rounds, and that's about all you could ever hope for here. I mean, there's not a better, you couldn't draw it up any better. And then we had a couple of fumbles there, 3rd and 4th round, but then to come back and win the 5th round, we're halfway point. We've got about a little over 100,000 won, and we're in a good spot as far as, I would consider like the balls in our court as far as the way that everything shakes out. So it's kind of, now it's just look forward, look ahead, stay the course, and rope the steer that we get.
I tell you what, having the finals, you guys are either winning it. I mean, it's either go or no go, but that's pretty awesome. Like I said, 100,000 won. Right, you guys are in the driver's seat right now, right?
Yes.
As it all sits right now?
Yeah, about $38,000 lead. And I guess one thing to our advantage is a lot of the teams that are close to us are right there with us in the average. So like the teams that are further down, are higher in the average, but so it's kind of played to our favor that way, because it's not always the case. I mean, there's always a team that's super high in the average and they're right behind you or something like that. So which it's a long ways away to worry about the average, but that is to our benefit at this point.
We're going to talk about this when we get done watching our runs here in a little bit, but with how there's $86,300 in the average this year. So I mean, for first in the average, over $300,000 in the average. So it's still kind of anybody's game, and without much money in the average.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to play a factor. I mean, especially when you can win, 110, almost 120,000 on one steer on round 10. I mean, that's a big jump right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake, we were talking about it. 86,000 in the average. How much were you when you and Clay were going winning the world? What would you guys walk out with a gold buckle? How much were you winning?
Oh, I think it's probably around 70,000
for the year.
Yeah, for the whole year.
Man.
Yeah, it's amazing what's happening in this industry. We're here at the World Series Finals finale, and so much opportunity here for all types of ropers.
Yeah. Talk about the game. I mean, you lived it for so many years. You and Clay roping the game, the heroes to so many of us, heroes to guys like this. Talk about it back in your day. Take us back to going into the 6th round, you and Clay, when you guys were sitting there. Let's take us back to what that thought was with you and Clay midway through trying to get your first gold buckle. Can you remember those thoughts, Jake?
Well, and the times that Clay and I, when we were in our prime, we always had a lead going in. So we just had to finish the course, usually to win the world championships. A couple times it come down to the wire, but, one of the things that I've always said, to win the world championship, that average is so crucial. Mm-hmm. Speed and Rich, and they won a couple world championships, and it's an advantage. They went out of the average like on the first year, so it just opened the door up. Because back in the day when there was 3 loops, there was multiple teams, that with 3 loops, he's going to catch 10 steers. But with just being 1 loop, it's almost like that average not a factor until the end. And I remember one year we came in and just had a so-so finals, and we're just kind of playing the average. That was going to be, our ticket. And I hickeyed a horn on the 9th steer, and we hadn't won much money, so that was pretty deflating to let that go. So it's really hard. You either got to throw the average out the window and don't even think about that until right at the end, and just go for every go round, or try to hang in there and just place in the go rounds and hopefully win a big average check.
Man, Wesley, their average time, their average record stood for how many years? Up until 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah. It lasted 2 years ago. Tanner and Patrick was the first team that's correct.
Andrew
about 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it happened twice, right? I think it happened twice back to back.
That's right, yeah.
But it held for since the 90s, right? So, I mean, just that's pretty impressive, isn't it, Wesley?
I think that's a testament to how good those guys caught. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They did not make many mistakes. And even watching them, like, that whole era, like, they did not make mistakes. And that's the one thing, like, even talking about guys today, they say, you know, what has changed? And I'm like, well, you know, people are okay with missing. These guys weren't okay with missing.
Yeah.
And watching them rope, like, if you were the young guy that they gave a chance that day and you took a bad throw and missed, like, what are you doing? You know, you looked out, like, you're an odd man out. I mean, you're a fish out of a barrel, you know, kind of like, what are you doing? But I think those guys were so, you know, disciplined to catching and completing the course.
But it was 49 something, wasn't it, Jake?
59.
Oh, is that what it was? So
Yeah,
it was 5.9.
59,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. But still 5.9 on 10.
Yeah.
And it stood for that long. You know, I mean, that's amazing. Like you say, it has changed the speed, but you have still got to catch your steers.
Absolutely.
So where are you guys at in the game right now? We're having a couple hickeys going on there early in the week. Is it just go fast every time? I mean, that's what your man does, but... Well,
like, Tyler is definitely more aggressive, but we honestly built a run coming into here that our goal was to make it round 1 and round 10 with a small tweak of being able to slow down a touch more if we have the luxury in round 10.
Okay.
So, like, at any point, if we wanted to slow down a little bit, complete the course for say if it's a soft round, we're at the end, we wanted to be able to slow that down just a little bit, but still the same idea, you know, win that 5th or that 6th if it's easy, have a shot in round 10 to complete the course. We wanted to have that in the bag, but we wanted to have a run that we weren't, you know, guessing. We didn't want to get to this point halfway, not have any money, want to be like, oh, we got to speed up.
We got to mash.
This is the run we want to carry into it that's smooth and fast enough to win in any setup, any steer that we have a shot at. So we don't want to necessarily we're not considering ourselves out of the average either. I mean, I think we're 9th in the average, and it's only halfway through.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about that, but it all goes back to that run we tried to build coming in that allowed us to win round 1, making the run we wanted. Round 2 was a little more Hail Mary than we both wanted, but round 1 was the run that we really wanted to build at any point in time throughout, whether that run could be 4-7 on a bad steer or a bad go, or 3-7 in the go that he got and the setup that happened. So it's mainly focusing on that run that we built coming in from here on out. It's
got to help that you have a header right there. I mean, T-Wade's deal is that shot, right? I mean, that's his game. It's not like your guys is winning these go rounds. When you guys put it together, even last night, those first couple rounds, that's just a run for you guys. Kind of talking, just emphasizing what you said. Like, you're not asking him to get way out of his comfort zone anyway, right?
Yeah, honestly, as funny as it sounds, it's honestly he's slowed down some for him. You know, like
which is crazy to say.
That's crazy to say. Like, there was a lot more components coming in. You know, years past, he used to be more kamikaze, and the run might even been slower.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he has slowed down to keep his horse running 100% before he throws his rope. Now, he might throw fast, but his horse is running.
Yeah.
The momentum's flowing in the run. He's able to finish on a tight rope. So it's things like that, and it is kind of cool looking back because his style is faster than what he's even doing now, but he's had to slow down to be able to complete these courses. But to give him credit, he's changed his rope enough to where, I mean, I've got faith in him. If we're high call at Cheyenne, BFI, or 10th round here, he can take that other swing, get him down, have control of his horse to keep the run going.
Yeah. Jake, what stands out the most to you, being from your game to watching the guys now today? What is the thing when you're watching the finals and watching these guys heading throughout the year? What is the thing that you go, holy smokes, I can't believe they're doing this now?
Well, I haven't been out there in several years. You know, watching the rodeos on Cowboy Channel, and the heading game has changed so much. There's just so many kids that can rope so fast. And then we come over here to the World Series and go down to Arizona before Vegas here and watch all these young kids, and from the top to the bottom, it's just unbelievable, heading and heeling both, how much talent there is.
Yeah, I mean, it is, it's the internet, the roping.com, everything that you guys have put together. I mean, the access to, we used to have to wear your tapes out, and now these kids, and we've talked about that in the past too, like the access to team roping is greater than it's ever been, and the access to all of the guys, and these young kids, they're using it for sure. And seeing the talent, like it's unbelievable. A little bit earlier here today, we were talking with Taylor Nargain about the team roping industry, and we get thinking, we're there. We're not there yet. I mean, what do you feel like? I don't feel like we've been talking about the horsepower, the ropemanship, and just the size of the industry is just growing and growing.
The exciting thing about team roping is you can do it at any level and at any age, and I think that's what makes it popular. And when people realize they can get into it, and it's something, it's pretty fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable, but then it's also a good networking, side of it. You get to meet people from all over, and so I think that's the exciting thing about team roping, really, is because you can get in at whatever stage, at whatever age that you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, let's talk about going fast real quick. Let's go ahead and get into last night's go-around runs. We're going to take a look at you guys on top. T. Wade, Wesley Thorp, 3.6, winning 33,687. Cody Snow, Hunter Cook, 3.7. Caleb and Junior were 3.8. Andrew and Colin were 4.7. A couple 4.7s there with Yako and Hawkins. Then down to a 6.2, Clay Smith and Colby Payne. We're going to start it off right here. Caleb and Junior. Jake, go ahead and talk us through this run right here and what you're seeing.
Well, that run was just kind of a day off. Caleb got it on him fast, and Junior, he was coming with it. They're kind of in the same spot as Wesley. They're down 2, I believe. And so, their money's going to be won in the go-round. So they're not going to lay up any. That steer was pretty tough to heel, though.
What do you see right here, Wesley?
Man, Caleb he switched horses, if I'm not mistaken, got him a really good start the last couple nights and was pretty aggressive right there at the barrier. He slowed his delivery down, made sure he caught him. But that horse has a lot of momentum in the run, even if they get a little bit straight sometimes. But whenever he got it on him, I felt like the run stayed fluid, and Junior was able to just keep moving through the turn. And when he opened it, they finished really fast. It just looks like Jake said, it looked like that was a day off for them. I mean, there was nothing that looked like they couldn't do that 5 more times.
I love that we're saying it looks like a day off on a 3.8.
I don't know that I love that we're saying that because I have to compete against those guys.
Right. You got to go at it. So here's Cody Snow, Hunter Cook. How about Hunter's shot?
This was the smoothest 3.7 I might have ever seen in my life. Like, I remember watching it from the back, and I thought, if they'd have called out 6 flat, it wouldn't surprise anybody. But, you knew it wasn't. Yeah. But it was that smooth. Like, both guys were in such control. Both horses were in such control. And that was as smooth as it gets. But that looked like 2019 Cody Snow right there.
Mm-hmm. Man, got him on a short rope.
Yeah, short rope, and sure didn't help. That was a good steer, and he stepped off to the right just a tick.
How much difference does that make in this building, Jake, like setting one up when they just kind of step off to the right a little bit? Does that help sharpen that corner up a little bit for your heeler, or what does that do?
Yeah, it sets it up for a fast shot. Kind of down the arena just a little bit. But more than anything, this is the luck of the draw is huge. Mm-hmm. I'm sure everybody wants this steer.
Yeah, that is a great steer.
But that steer might be tricky next time because wanted to lower his head a little bit.
Might check
hide
off.
that right horn a little bit.
Might check off just a tick on.
Yeah.
What pin is this?
So that was round 2.
Round 2s?
2s, yeah. So that was actually supposed to be technically the stronger set last night. So because they only wanted the strong ones to go 3 times instead of 4, so that they didn't separate as much by the 10th round. So this was technically the strongest set.
All right. So those guys were 3.7 on that one. Then let's go to your guys' run here last night, 3.7 or 3.6. Little help right there from the roping gods,
time saver there.
Yeah,
hipped him.
It definitely wasn't how we drew it up, but glad how it turned out. But I was a little late right there. Tyler got a really good start, and he clicked it on him. And then I was late. I felt panicked, but the steer squared off really good. Couldn't have been better. So right when I got there, I was able to put it down. It went up over his hips and stopped the run even faster. So that's kind of what saved us at the end, is that he was able to face really fast and get the clock stopped.
That's got to feel like a good round win right there. All right, so we're watching this run right here that's a little bit different than anything that we watched before. This is Luke and TG right here. This was an important run, Wesley, right here. It may not look like it, but this is a very important run.
Yeah, this run could be, an $80-something thousand run when it's all over, because I don't see, these guys, neither one of them miss very much. Mm-hmm. And Luke, out of all the times he's been here, I never remember him missing more than one steer per NFR, if he misses one at all.
Yeah.
He's the guy that turns 10 steers every year, however he has to do it. When he gets tapped off at the barrier, he's coming over the chute, getting it on him. When he's, if he misses a little bit, he'll take an extra swing and get it on him, and he keeps him, in the middle of the arena. Travis is he's a guy that's, I grew up watching him catch 2 feet 99.9% of the time. So they're a catching team. I definitely wouldn't bet against them in the average.
Yeah, and so talk to me about, TG was in a bind right here, wasn't he?
Yeah, there's nothing worse than that feeling. Whenever you miss the gates right there and you're watching your header and you don't get the momentum you want, there's nothing worse than that feeling. I got it on a way smaller scale. Like my horse, I stuttered just a little bit, and I still felt, so late. And looking back, I wasn't even that late. But, yeah, there's nothing more helpless than that feeling where the run's out in front of you, because you're already trying to beat. They know how to leave. They leave so sharp, so strong. So, you can leave with the top of your header's nod and feel like you're not ever waiting on the corner to happen. You're always playing catch-up at this arena.
Yeah. Luke, we were down at the steer break-in, Jake, and I hate to even say this and probably shouldn't, because if it happens, he will punch me in the face. But Luke and I were talking, and I think all the years he's come, he's never broke a barrier here. And he's been that guy. Look, we were talking about it, he was thinking about it. He's like, I don't think I've got the barrier to be a guy who's had that many average titles and to come that many. What is it, 15 times for him?
I think this might be his 15th.
It's 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And that's pretty unbelievable to think of, isn't it? If he breaks out tonight, I'm going to crawl in a hole somewhere.
Yeah, that's on you, Drew.
One of the things, in every event here, whether it's the team roping, bulldogging, or calf roping, the start is so crucial. And if you safety up just a little bit and the steer gets a jump on you or the calf or whatever, people don't realize how short that arena is. And you're in a bind, and then you're just in chase mode and just hoping that you can, so even like there, Travis roped a leg. I'm sure he's really, really glad just to get that leg.
Sure.
Because he was in a bind. His horse didn't start for some reason, and he was late.
Yep. All right, we'll take a look at how the average is shaking out and why we were watching this run right here, because it is so important. Look at this. Look who's on top of the average right here. That you take that leg, take that run away. They're not there, and there's only 2 teams. There are 37-10 on 5. Luke and TG are on top. Clay Smith and Colby Payne are sitting second with a 43.80. Boy, Eric and Paul were doing so well right there.
Their run looks so good here.
Oh, man. They have been just lights out, just had a little tough luck. Cody and Hunter down there with a 21.40. In fifth right now is JC and Buddy with a 23.20. Now let's take a look at the world standings. Right now, you guys are on top. T-Wade on top with 302,790. A little more than that 75,000 back in the day, huh, Jake?
Yeah, for sure.
On top, Dustin Egg squeeze at 264, Caleb 237, Coleman 200, Clint Summers 186. On the healer side of things, it's teamed up 302,799. Levi sitting second with 264, Junior 248, Jake Long, Logan Medlin fourth and fifth. Man, oh man, we got 6 more to go, or 4 more to go, 5 more to go, I guess. 5 more to go in the 6th tonight. And a whole lot of team roping left, Jake. These numbers are pretty unbelievable, aren't they? Looking at the money these guys are winning.
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable. I always kind of discourage people to try to make a living roping, but nowadays, with the money that's in it, I'd encourage anybody that has a dream that, wants to, try to chase the NFR and become a world championship, win a world championship. It's a great business.
Wesley, didn't we talk about that the other day? That was pretty cool hearing it from Jake Barnes.
No, it is pretty cool because, just like he said, growing up, even for me, you hear that there's not a light at the end of the tunnel, and having these guys say stuff like that, it is discouraging because that you want to be them and you want to look up to them, and to hear him, change his perspective and say, hey, no, this is that the water's fine, you know.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool, and to be able to, you know, see it and be a part of it and realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel is pretty cool.
Absolutely. Jake, we watched your rope yesterday, man. I'm going to tell you what, it means a lot to me. I mean, we've been friends a long time, but just to announce your name at a team roping is very, very cool, and the crowd thought it was awesome, and it was great seeing you here roping at the finale. Do you have any more runs here at the finale? Are you done? Or
No, I got one more tomorrow. I made the finals in this deal here in the 12.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You're in the short round again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Who do you got in this one?
I got Danny Zuniga, old rodeo guy back in the day.
Yeah. How about that? That's a little piece of history right there,
Yeah,
you two
for sure.
boys.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. How about the money here? Isn't this nuts?
Oh, yeah. You know, for the level that we rope nowadays, you know, to be able to come up here in one day and have a chance to win $150,000, it's incredible. It's changed my perspective of roping a lot.
I bet. You know, I love like seeing you guys and T. Woolman talking to T a bunch up here. T's shaking that old heel rope out and just wearing him out. He's been having a whole lot of success. It's been fun. And seeing you guys get back out here means a lot to us, guys. I know. I mean, it's just awesome. So how are you guys sitting? Like what?
We got a leg on one, but
Doesn't matter.
we still got a chance.
Yeah, absolutely you do, especially in this roping.
Yeah.
It's going to be wide open. Fun watching these guys rope. Isn't it?
Yeah, this is really cool to see them cracking back out, getting excited again. That's pretty cool because I hope to be doing it one day when I'm their age, too.
Hey, you got some time, buddy. you got this industry to pack on your back for a minute, old buddy. Hey, man, great job so far, and keep it up. Hopefully we're seeing you up here more and more and more. Really appreciate you, and thanks for coming up and sharing your stories with us. Jake, thanks for – I owe this industry to guys like you, pal. It was you that made me fall in love with this game, and I mean that. When you and Clay came up to Montana and did those schools at Mitty's Arena, that's what got me hooked. My parents went home. We did a roping school kind of this time of year up there, and I had a big old set of horns underneath the Christmas tree and learned how to rope, and it was all because of you. So thanks for what you do, pal.
I appreciate it.
And good luck today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, make sure you be watching the NFR. Wesley and T-Wade, they're getting it done, and we hope they just keep at it. And, of course, watch all of the action here from the World Series finale. We've got the area at 12.5 with Jake's going to be in the short round here with Mr. Zuniga. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. You can watch them all at WSTroping.com. Keycard Max members, you can watch it all for free. It's included in your membership. And if you've got friends and family that are here roping, you want to follow along, there's just a small fee, and you can watch that live pay-per-view. On behalf of all of us here at The Replay, I'm DruStew, and we will catch you in a little bit.